We have some major breaking news. It has been announced that Connor Zilisch has been cleared to run the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona International Speedway. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we got some pretty massive major breaking news this morning, as it has been announced that Connor Zilisch has been medically cleared to race the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona International Speedway. Here's what Connor Zilisch said about this. See you tomorrow at Daytona. Thank you to my doctors, surgeons, and everyone who has supported me through this ordeal. Junior Motorsports also has released a statement as well in regard to this, saying Connor Zilisch will return behind the wheel of the number 88 Chevrolet this Friday night at Daytona International Speedway. Park Clearman will be on standby if needed, just in case Connor needs to get out of the car early. This is definitely a really big deal. We kind of discussed this a little bit on the channel earlier this week. There was reported, I believe, by Zach Serrano for NASCAR.com. Originally, it was reported that he was on the interest for this weekend's NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona International Speedway. But then Justin Marks went on Series 7 NASCAR Radio on Monday and said it was going to be a day-by-day basis whether Connor was going to race this weekend at Daytona or was not going to be medically cleared to run. I gotta be honest, I'm definitely a little surprised to see that Connor Zilisch has medically cleared to run the whole entire race at this point because of the injury. Let's go back to what happened at Watkins Glen. So we all know that Connor Zilisch picked up his 6th win of the 2025 season at Watkins Glen, his 5th win in the last 11 races. While in Victory Lane, however, Connor Zilisch was celebrating. Water had gotten in his face and unfortunately tripped on the window net and fell down and unfortunately broke his collarbone. And we all thought it was way worse. Maybe he had a head injury, but the CT scans came back when he went to the hospital after that, and it was confirmed he had no head injuries, and the only thing he had was a collarbone injury. Many of us thought that Connor was going to miss multiple races, but now we know he is cleared to run this weekend. They do got a good standby driver, though, just in case, that being Parker Kligerman, but I'm definitely surprised to see that Connor is going to try to run the whole entire race this time around. Daytona is a very, very dangerous racetrack, and I get that Connor, and the big reason why I think Connor Zilisch doesn't want to miss any laps at this point is because of the fact he has a really good chance and opportunity to win the 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series regular season championship. He's up by I believe 10 or 15 points currently at the moment, and if he ends up running very, very well in this race, and let's say goes out and picks up the win in victory in this event, he's going to pull away and get more playoff points as well, which is what they're thinking at this point. Obviously, I think it's great, though, they have a standby driver just in case, and it makes sense to bring someone in like Parker Kligerman. Parker Kligerman is a very talented super speedway racer. Of course, has multiple wins in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series of super speedways. Those 2 wins coming at Talladega, one in 2012, one coming in 2017, and technically he won the Truck Series race in 2025 at Daytona, but unfortunately for Parker, he did get disqualified from the event. They appealed it, Henderson Motorsports did, but now Parker is going to get the chance to maybe make his first Xfinity Series start of the season potentially, but he's probably going to be more focused on being in the booth at this point. But they've got a really good standby driver. For Connor, there's obviously been a lot of memes, a lot of jokes around him falling off the car, but I'm very surprised to see that he is actually going to try to run the whole entire race. One of my theories has been is that they're going to get him to start the race, maybe if he's not feeling well enough to get through the race. Then Park Kligerman more than likely is going to jump in and take over the car for the week. This kind of feels very similar when Dale Earnhardt Sr., he unfortunately broke his collarbone in a crash at Talladega in the 1996 Die Hard 500. Then he went to Watkins Glen and won the pole and went through the whole entire race, had a really strong and really good run during that event. And then, of course, there's been other injuries where people have come back. I think Shane Van Gisbergen talked about it, that he had a collarbone injury after, I think, crashing or something like that. And then he came back the next week and competed. I don't remember if he won the race or not, but SVG came back from the injuries and went on to race in the next event, which was absolutely wild to see. For Connor Zilisch, though, this is definitely a really big deal. And again, I'm definitely surprised to see that he's going to try to run the event. But at the same time, it does make sense when you look at the grand scheme of things trying to go out there. So I think for Connor, he is going to be definitely pretty competitive. I think he's got a really good chance, definitely, of being very, very competitive this time around. I think he's going to be very, very strong and definitely quick in this event because the Junior Motorsports cars, I got to say, we all know they've been the fastest organization so far in 2025. Connor's picked up 6 wins so far this year. Justin Allgaier, I believe, has 3 wins so far this year. Kyle Larson has a win in Xfinity competition. Daniel Swartz has a win. Shane Van Gisbergen has a win so far this year. And Sammy Smith even has a win so far in 2025. And Carson Quaff has shown some really, really good speed. But I think for Connor, I think the big thing that I would do if I was in Connor's position, I know he wants to go out there and try to win the regular season championship and go out there and try to pick up the win in overall victory. But I think the main focus for Connor right now is just to hang back in the back of the pack and back of the field and focus on trying to make sure you don't get hurt. Because what happens if he re-injures his arm? That's something I would worry about for Connor going in this event. But luckily for Connor, he is a young driver, right? And there's a lot of things around Connor that are happening. Obviously, we know that Trackhouse Racing has a really big announcement scheduled this week. It is expected to be announced that Connor Zilisch will be going full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series or Trackhouse Racing in 2026. It's unknown if it's going to be in the number 99 car or if they could potentially switch up the number. They could put him in the 88 or 87. That is a potential possibility for next year. But that's a big thing that's going to be happening with Connor this weekend as well. I hope for Connor he can run really well. It'd be great to see Connor have a chance and strong opportunity to go out there and be very, very competitive in this event. Again, I am just definitely a little shocked and surprised to see that they're medically clearing him this quickly. But the good and positive news has been the fact, because remember when he had his first injury, the back injury, which it seems like for people back injuries are worse than collarbone injuries, but for Connor, he missed a race at Texas Motor Speedway, and Kyle Larson came in and took that 88 car. That's why Kyle Larson got his first win, I think his first or second win with that organization. So I think he's gotten 2 wins in the 88 car, I'm pretty sure, because he won at Watkins Glen back in 2022. I think Connor wants to go out there and compete very, very well. I know his goal is ultimately to go out there and try to win the race and go out there and compete. But obviously, you got to worry about Austin Hill. Austin Hill's in the field. And say what you want to say about Austin Hill. Austin Hill is a fantastic and really great super speedway racer who is going to be really strong in this event. So definitely, once again, very shocked and surprised. There's also some really other good competition. You've got Eric Almirola in this race. Eric's a really good super speedway racer. He's won at Daytona a couple times in Xfinity competition. And then, of course, you think about other drivers in the field who've been really strong and really good this year. His team is Justin Allgaier, won here in 2023. Yeah, just Sammy Smith's not bad at super speed racing. Remember, he won in the 8-car Talladega last year. So for Connor, I hope he can be really strong and really, really competitive. I'm surprised to see him being cleared to run, but I know he wants to go out there and compete. Good to see that he's been cleared. Just shocked to see that he's already been cleared to run this weekend. But nonetheless, some big stuff happening around Connor that's not just related to running this weekend. And some big stuff coming soon. Glad to see Connor has been cleared. Hope he can run really well and do very good. I think next week at Portland is to have Will Brown and Will Brown and Jack Perkins competing in the event at Portland. I think he's going to be the favorite to win that, though, but there's some good competition there. Nonetheless, we now know that Connor is cleared to run the Xfinity Series race at Daytona. So, that is going to take special breaking news report on Connor Zilisch being cleared to run the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go on board that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. Let me know, are you shocked to see that Connor's already been cleared to run the Xfinity Series race at Daytona like I am, or are you not shocked? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think he'll just hang back in the back of the pack and maybe they bring Park Kligerman in later in the race? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later today, we'll have the Xfinity Series race picks dropping for Daytona as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. Talk about some of the big news that's coming around Kaulig, maybe going to Ram. Talk also about Connor Zilisch going to Trackhouse full-time next year. Talk about maybe the NASCAR 25 cover athlete as well. So we're expecting to get that announcement as well. And we've got some other content. We're going to have the Xfinity Series race review. We're, of course, going to have the Cup qualifying reaction as well. Saturday, a lot of big videos coming around some of those big stories as well. We got a lot of content coming up. People like Haley Deegan, Shane Gisberg, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Clayton Safar, Dodge Ram, Frankie Muniz, Sam Mayer, Carson Quaffle, Junior Motorsports, Red Bull, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Priest, Bragg Ozzy, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Frankie Muniz, I already mentioned him, 25th front row, all the good stuff we'll talk about on the channel in the coming days and coming weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.